We're here at Preferred Automotive Specialists in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a fixture in the community for over 30 years. Technicians here have over 230 years of combined automotive experience and more than 80 assorted ASE certifications. With 13 bays and 9 lifts, this is one independent repair shop that means business. Domestic, Asian, European, electric vehicles, fleet, you name it, Preferred Automotive Specialists does it. When you offer this diversity of service, you need equipment that covers it all. And that's why we see the Autel brand all throughout the shop. My name's Eric. I'm an ASE certified master automobile technician with 35 years in the field. And I'm on a journey to understand what some of the best shops in America call the secrets to their success. Here at Preferred Automotive Specialists, I want to find out exactly how they use their Autel equipment to maximize their ROI and take care of their customers. Come on, let's check it out. In a big town like Philly, you can bet there's a lot of commercial activity, and Preferred Automotive Specialists is known for their exceptional fleet service. That means their equipment needs to cover everything, from standard daily drivers to a variety of trucks and commercial vehicles. So from basic code reading to diagnostics, key programming, and TPMS work, they do it all. We pulled Tom Palermo, co-owner of Preferred Automotive, and technician Yoel Leba aside to get the full scope of how they manage it.
Preferred Automotive is an ASE Blue Seal shop and a NAPA Gold certified auto care. The history of Preferred Automotive is, it started about 45 years ago. My father started his first business in a 3-bay gas station. Did that for a while. In the year 2000, we moved to a location that was not a gas station. A few more bays, a little bit bigger parking lot. We outgrew that. About 7 years ago, we moved into this current location, which is about 10,000 square feet on an acre of land in Philadelphia. Over the years, especially starting out in the smaller locations, we learned how to maximize technology and space for productivity. That bled into our customer service model, which includes things like free loaner cars and trucks to our customers, pickup and delivery, and also our digital vehicle inspections. So we perform both fleet and private work. I would say our percentage base of each is 65% fleet, 35% private work. We work on everything from low-speed electric vehicles all the way up to buses. That's kind of where Autel really comes in handy because they have tools for each different segment of vehicle we work on. We're able to leverage their technology to help us be more efficient and more productive. We have a pretty good list of equipment. So for our medium and heavy duty vehicles, we have the 908 and the 909 CV. For our light duty vehicles, we use primarily the Ultra, TPMS, the TS608, the ITS 600, as well as a TBE 200, which is the tire tread tool. We have an IM 508 for key programming, which from time to time we end up having to do. We got these tools to try to cover each segment of vehicle that we were working on, and Autel does a great job, helps us out, keeps my techs moving and keeps them productive. So I think the most important part of productivity is ease of use. So the technicians, when they pick up an Ultra, they pick up a 909, or they pick up the TPMS tools, they all start out at the same basic screen. So everything looks the same. So there's less of a learning curve when we get a new tool as far as where to click, what to pick, and how the tools work, because they're all very similar in that respect. They do different things, but the way they're set up is pretty much the same. So if they're working on a truck and then they go to work on a car, the screens look almost the same. It's the guts of it that are different. And that's, I think, what makes the Autel experience, if you will, so easy to use. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had just received our 909 CV. We hooked it up to an older bus that had a Caterpillar engine in it. And we were able to get generic data, but we weren't able to get enhanced data. Reached out to my rep. He put me in touch with a gentleman named Lou, shout out to Lou, who I spoke with for a little bit, probably about a half hour on the phone. He remoted into my tool, saw what was going on, thought he knew what it needed to be done to fix it, but had to contact the engineers. So about 4 or 5 days later, I got a text at about 7 o'clock in the morning, actually. I don't know why Lou was up so early, but saying, hey, we've done an update, download it, try it, see if it works. Came to work, plugged it in, did the update, plugged it into the bus. Lo and behold, there we were. I've never seen another tool company, let alone a scan tool company, react to a customer's problem that quickly. Their service gets thumbs up from me. The ability to go from one tool to the next, pick it up and just get going on working on whatever they need to work on, diagnosing whatever they have to diagnose, that's crucial because time is money. And that is really important to us. Having to go to one brand of tool to fix one vehicle, then another brand of tool to fix another vehicle, you know, even if you know how to use both, you still have to kind of switch gears inside your brain to say, okay, I'm working on this now, I got to push this, push that, push the other thing. But I'll tell you, one of the big opportunities that we saw when we first started working with Autel was the universal TPMS sensors. Because before that, we had to get sensors that were specific to the vehicle. And there were some manufacturers that cloned sensors, and they were hit or miss whether they worked, to be completely honest with you, at least for what we work on. But the universal sensors was a game changer. I could keep 20 or 40 in stock. If I needed one, it was there. If I needed 4, they were there. You know, and the various vehicles we work on, the wide range of vehicles we work on, to be able to just have one sensor that covers all those vehicles, it's a game changer. I was at a tool show about 3 weeks ago, and we were looking at the ADAS alignment equipment. Again, looking at it, same ease of use factor there. Everything looks the same. It's basically an Ultra, you know, on that equipment. And we wanted to update our alignment equipment, but I wanted to try to do ADAS and alignment at the same time. Where we don't see a ton of ADAS, but we're starting to see more of it roll through the door, and I don't want to have to sublet that out. So that's something that we're probably going to be looking into in the next 12 months. We just got our ITS 600 and the TBE 200, so we're just starting to kind of play around with the interaction between those two. We do digital vehicle inspections, so we're used to the whole red, yellow, green on the digital format and making a report for the customer. So we're starting to use that, and I think it's great. I think it's great because it'll give the customer a complete picture of what the tire situation is on their vehicle. So, and just the tools individually are very helpful. The TBE 200 is very handy when we're doing state inspections and things like that. We can make sure we get accurate readings on tire measurements because that's part of our state inspection process. The point of entry for a lot of these tools is not that high. They're very reasonably priced. And they'll do a lot of things that you don't expect them to do. And one of the things that sold me on Autel, to be completely honest with you, like I told you, we had the 908 CV initially. And that was because I was looking for a generic medium duty tool. We have a lot of the factory software, but I just wanted something that I could plug in, get where I had to go, and do what I had to do. When we got the TS608, because of the sensors, there was a Bentley here that had a multitude of work done to it. One of the issues the customer had was they had a maintenance light that nobody could get out on this thing. On a whim, I tried every other scan tool I had here, and I have a bunch. On a whim, I said, you know what? There's a service section in the TS608. Let's try it. Plugged it in. That was the only tool that I was able to clear that service light with. So I'd give them a shot. You'd be surprised how powerful they are. Even if it's not related to a TPMS problem, you can use that tool to do things that some of the other tools in the shop might not be able to do. One of the most reassuring things about Autel tools is when I walk through the door in the morning and I see the tools in my technician's hands, I know that they have the right tool to do the job. I know they're going to be able to diagnose the car and, if necessary, use the tool to fix the car. And I also know that if we find ourselves in a jam at some point during the day, as we all do as shop people, I'm probably going to be able to get myself out of that jam with an Autel tool.
My name is Joel Leiva. I'm the technician in charge of the diagnosis in most of the car here in the shop. I've been technician for like 8 years. I'm here in Preferred. I got almost 2, 1 year and 8 months. The Autel equipment are very fast. They cover a very wide range of different sensors and vehicles too, and make it easy. For example, we got like 3 different CPMS scanners here, and all of them had can show you the actual position of the sensor. They show you the ID, and they have the capability to program the sensor and relearn in a OBD mode that makes it even faster than the regular scanner or the manual process for the car. Well, we use it for everything. We use it for regular cars, foreign and US made, small light duty vehicles, truck and school buses. We use in almost every car here for almost most of the service that we perform. And we perform a lot of service here. For example, we use this equipment here for this truck. This is a diesel car, and we can easily do all kinds of different services like programming, actuation. In this moment for this one, he got a problem with underboost condition, but we can see the light data in the scanner and we can compare what is supposed to be versus what is the actual value that the truck is having. So it's very, very handy. He can help us with do a lot of things, sign the small things like a TPMS sensor, a battery reset, some complicated things like reprogram, relearn, adaptation of components like lights, modules, or even replacement for modulus computers too. One of the best things that Autel offer is how you interact with the scanner. Okay, the interface for the scanner is extremely good. For example, when you go here and you go to an auto scan, you can get like a topology for all the modules, and you can see which module belongs to what network. And that saves you a ton of time, because if you go and print it out, the wire diagram, you need to start to follow each wire to see to what module goes. For here, you got like a preview without even just start the car, without even remove any component, anything. You can just get an idea what module can be affected for whatever product you are looking for. And additionally, that how you access to different options like hot function, services, option that the scanner has, that make the thing very intuitive and easy for whoever is not, really knowing the tools, is gonna learn very quick and fast, and that's improve all the knowledge that the new technician can have with that tool. We cover almost everything, all the cars that we have here for Ford, Chrysler, European cars like Volkswagen, Maserati. You got for the trucks, the 909 that we use for all kinds of cars, even Cummins, even Thomasville that got Freightliner engines. It's very, very wide, the option, the coverage that the scanner has. Not only for the scanners, even for the other tools too. The small scanner or even the maxi checks, or the small card that you can get information for the IM system to check if the monitors are complete or information, that kind of information. Even you can just grab any of them and you can get that information right away in your hand with the Autel equipment. Yesterday we used it because one of the cars that's arrived here, we tow it in, and the car, one of the keys lost the programmation, but we had no copy. So we need to start from fresh, and relearn the old key and made a copy from zero. The car initially didn't start, but the scanner had the capability to let it know in this case was the body control module, that we are doing relearn for an old key, and we are adding a new key without the need for a actual key functioning. Most of the cases you need to or tow the car to the dealer, or you need to call locksmith, but we can do it right here without anything, without request for more money for the customer to do extra service out of the shop. We can do everything right here in the shop. First, one of the things that I like the most for that is how we show in the screen the position and all information. He gives you the ID information for the sensor. He gives you the actual pressure for the tire. He gives you what is the temperature and how much the condition of the battery of the sensor. So, assuming that the car had all the sensor learner, but you can see if, for example, the battery is weak, and you can recommend and avoid a problem later on to the customer. So you are being one step ahead of any issue that the customer can have with the car, with any other problem with the TPMS system. Now we use for every sensor that we use here. It doesn't matter if the car is. We use it in Ford, in Chevy, in Audi, Volkswagen, in Mazda, and we never, at least so far, we never having a problem doing a TPMS relearner or program a sensor here. Could be sometimes being cases that the car forget the IDs for the sensor, and we just relearn and teach the module that, hey, you need to, this is the code, or you can manually do it, or sometimes you need to just reprogram a sensor that sometimes is not like an Autel sensor that you need to read it and you need to manually put the ID number, but with the Autel sensor, it's way easier. You just plug it in and let the car read it, and done. That's it. They're gonna save time for most of the service they're gonna provide, and that means making more money because you got more time to check the next car. You got a very wide option of equipment for services. I will tell you, like replace a wiper, because nowadays you need a scanner with the capability that Autel has for do a very simple service like a wiper. For example, if you're going to replace a wiper in a new model Ford sedan, you need to let it know the computer that you're going to replace the wiper so he can do the adaptation of the wiper motors. If not, you're going to create a problem. So with these tools, with the Autel tools, you can do all these kind of services, and this is a part of the diagnosis for engine or transmission problem that you still are capable to do with Autel. But all other features that the scanner has, like the easy way how you can interact with the scanner, how you can fast track where you need to go to do what you need to do, is an advantage for any other scanner that I haven't been using before. The way that they are being wielding the scanner is improving every time, you know. Since I started doing mechanical job, I've been using Autel. For example, right now, the advantage that the Ultra has, for example, with the Ultra, you got an option that you can get two different screens at the same time. For example, sometimes I need to do diagnosis that I need to hook it up an oscilloscope, but the oscilloscope is already within the tool. But you got the option to see the live data in the computer, and you just got the option to see what is the actual values with the oscilloscope without the need on another equipment, or without the need to be switching on the screen. So you in real time can do comparison apart of the topology option that I show you. That's most people maybe don't get it, but it saves you a ton of time, because especially when you're doing problem with communication, you got data problem, this is priceless. Because the amount of time that you need to do to check what model belongs to what network and how to see if it's working or not, they save you a lot of time, because they tell you, hey, these go here, and when A and B is your problem right away. You don't need to disassemble things or chasing wires, because the scanner gives you that facility and did all that job for you. It's really amazing. It's really easy to work with that tool in that for diagnosis and for service. And for other situations that I told you before, you go do a battery reset. For example, the battery tool that the Autel has, it came with this one. This 909 came with a battery tester. But you just hook it up and you can make a real test of the battery. You can check the load, you can check the resistance, you can see how much is the battery has, what is the load, the percentage of the life, the steel of health of the battery steel. All this information, you can get it right away there. And that's information important for you to proceed to get a good diagnosis and know what is the problem with the car. Additionally, you can reset the battery, you can replace the lights. Some cars nowadays, you need to tell the model that you're gonna change a bulb. It's not you can get a problem, you can get no lights, you can get problem with the transmission for that, because now everything is interconnected, everything had a data signal that need to be read, and these scanners are really, really good and make your life easier, way easier when you need to do that services or check your car for any of these problems. I really like it.
We can see Preferred Automotive Specialists has a great operation here. They've been around for over 30 years, and to keep pace with today's technology, they've relied on Autel as a big part of their success for the last 6 years. And the techs, well, they absolutely love this equipment. It has improved their overall efficiency, improved shop efficiency, and when they pick up a piece of Autel equipment, they know they have the right tool for the job. These guys are doing maintenance and repair for all types of vehicles, even EVs and hybrids. They're known to specialize in commercial fleet service and TPMS for all makes and models, and the equipment they rely on? Autel.